What's going on?
What's good, Mark?
How you doing?
I'm good, brother. It's head to great, man. I've been a student of your channel for the longest. Um,
Uh
I got a question.
huh.
I done followed every rule you done taught. I got a box truck business, and I do final mile. I'm contracted through RXO, which in return got a contract through Home Depot. I got five trucks right now, um, and I have about 12 employees. My question to you is this: my average truck a day makes about anywhere from about 775 to 800 bucks. What I pay my employees, I pay my driver 200, and I pay my helper 175. What should I be paying my driver and my helper? My fuel expense is about 50 bucks depending on where they're going if the route is local. Um, and it can go up to like 100, 125 depending on if they're going long distance rides and how many stops they have and depending on the depth that I got to put into the vehicle. What should I be paying my employees, bro?
That's all depends on your business. Where are you located at?
Well, right now we running out of the warehouse in Loxley, Alabama. So we cover southern Alabama, like Mobile area, up to all the way across to Fort Walton in Florida.
You said
So yeah, we in the
what are you? What are you renting trucks or you own your trucks?
okay. Now I own one truck, but in order in order to get I own one truck, bro, and I rent four trucks from through Enterprise. Now the cost of those trucks every week they run me like I said, depending on the mileage, it's 500 bucks a week. Plus they add like a $38 charge on it, so it's 538 plus 16 cents a mile. My average truck expense is about anywhere from 750 to 800. 819 is the highest I've been charged.
What what and you said you got a guarantee of what 775 a day?
Yeah, it averages out to about 775 once I get my settlement at the end of the week. I add that together and I do my expenses. So my average route pays about 775. Some of them sometimes they hit about 890, 900, some up in there, but that's few and far in between. My average route is about 700 and some change.
So what are you netting off those rental trucks then?
A week I'm netting off the winter trucks, bro. Some anywhere between 225
A day. What are you
between
netting a day?
a day, probably about 225, 250 off each rental truck.
You netting 225 a day.
Yeah, off each rental truck.
So that's with
After
that's with the 375 that you paying them
uh-huh.
plus
And
your
the and
fuel.
plus my fuel, plus the rental truck cost.
So how much is the truck cost down to the day?
Down to the day it's about
There ain't no about. What is
yeah,
it?
no cap on that. One thing about you and knowing studying you, that's a math I haven't did, brother. And if
So you asking me to answer a question for you to pay, and I don't even know what it's costing you to run.
that I that I
Run.
haven't figured out. Now, how do I do the math on that, bro?
Divide what you paying for the truck times how many days it is.
So divide what I'm paying them.
Divide what you paying for the truck divided by 7 days.
Oh, okay. I got my pad and my pen. Let me do that. I'm a mathematician, real quick, bro. I know you got other callers, so divide what I'm paying for the truck. Uh, 600. All right. Divide what I'm paying for the truck by how many days?
Yeah,
So
that's
if
how
it's
much
six
you
days,
do it by the week. Even if you're not running, do it by the week, 7 days. So, that's how much the truck is costing you a day. They don't give you no free days. So you divide it by the day. If it's 7 days and you paying 700, then it costs you $100 a day. So
a
whatever
hundred
they
dollars a
charge
day.
you, whatever you
So,
paying for the truck for the week, divide that by 7 days. That's what it's
so that's
costing
like
you
one
each
twenty
day
five.
for the truck, huh?
So it's like 120, 115.
All right. So now add that 375 plus how much you spending on average for fuel.
Probably about 50, $60.
Ain't no probably. What are you spending?
See, I only know what I
See,
put in
these
the
numbers
see.
is real numbers. It ain't no probably. If you already doing it, you should know.
Or right.
So, what
Yeah.
you spending?
I'm spending. I'm spending about $75 a day, bro.
About or that's what you spending?
That's what I'm spending because I can't say that's what I'm spending, Mark, because sometimes depending on where they're going, I might put $50 in the truck.
You should know what the average cost of what your trucks is running. Your numbers should be down to the T. This is how you don't lose money. This is how you know what you're making. Like you should know what
So
you're
how
making or losing down to the penny.
so
So you
how I
saying
get the
70? So
numbers
we just
down?
gonna go. We just gonna go with your numbers. So one was 75, 375, right? Plus another
Uh huh.
75, so that's 450, right? Plus another
Yeah.
120 for the truck, right? So that's 570, right? Now how
Okay.
much? So now already right there, you're not making 225. You told me you was making 225. You can't be making 225. So now how much is your insurance costing you?
My insurance every month for each truck is 1,300.
1,300 flat.
Yeah, 1,300 flat.
All right, now divide that by 30 days.
The 1,300.
Yeah.
Damn. Okay. All right.
What's that? 613. So now we at
That's
what,
six
613?
613.
So that ain't no 225, 250 a day. You more about now we got to calculate other costs. What other
What other car?
costs? You tell
Death.
me.
You got death
Okay.
fluid.
Got death. What about tolls?
And there's no tolls. Luckily, there's no tolls on our routes.
Ain't no tolls in Alabama?
Nah, not where we're
Mm.
going.
All right.
Yeah, there's no
All right.
tolls. So basically, what you're saying is this truck. Damn. So I'm only making about 175. I'm making like 150 off
Where
each
you, where
truck a
you
day.
get that from? I'm at 127. You said how much you was grossing? 750? What'd you say?
Like 775, 750. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so what? To me, you making what about $137, and that's if it ain't no other cost. So
Yeah.
that's if it ain't no other cost. I'm pretty sure there's some other cost somewhere. You ain't got no claims or nothing.
No, no
Mm.
claims. I got so far. I got a good team. We have no claims. I had
So you
one
probably
claim for like
so
a
so
hundred.
for what?
I had one claim for like 100 and something bucks, but I got to the customer myself and paid that out of pocket. But it's still, as you say, that's still a cost.
Mhm. So you paying $1,300 per truck a month, right?
In insurance,
Who was that insurance through?
I got Geico.
And this is for you running through RXO. What's your coverage look like? What's your
What do you
policy?
mean? My policy, I only got AL. I got AL and MTC through Geico.
No. What's your policy? What do you got?
What you mean?
Like what's your aggregate? What's your general liability? What's your aggregate? Your auto, your cargo.
Oh, I'm a cargo. I gotta look at it, but I know I met all
You
RXO
you should
policy.
you should you
So
should know that. You should know that off the bat. Because I
nah,
know
I
with
don't know that.
RXO, you what's your you got an umbrella too, right? You should have an umbrella with RXO
Yeah, I have
or
umbrella coverage.
what's how much you got on your umbrella coverage?
I think it's like 500.
Nah, it ain't gonna be no 500. Uh,
Sweet.
Looking to get into the space next year. Saving right now. Trying to have at least 40 to 50 working capital, 15 to 20 aside. Get the truck and all the equipment. Been doing research. Yeah, click the link. Appreciate that super chat. Got to click the link, Mr. Rich. We're gonna call you Richie Rich. All right, Mr. Rich. We're gonna call you Richie Rich. We're gonna call you Richie Rich, Mr. Rich. All right, so where do we leave off at?
You was asking me about. You were telling me I need to know all my coverages.
Yeah, you need to know your coverage because you do Geico. So how much is what's on your coverage?
I got. I know I got ALGL. I got motor transport cargo through them. Only thing
Okay,
I
so
don't have
we
through
know
them is
no no
workers.
no. We know you got at least $1 million on your general liability. What's the
Yeah,
umbrella? Do you have an umbrella? I'm pretty sure you got an umbrella.
I gotta look at my COI, and if I
Who are
flip
you
off,
who are you? You doing Lowe's through RXO?
no, I'm doing Home Depot through RXO.
Appliances?
Yes, sir.
You ain't got no accidental occupational on there?
Yeah, I got that. I have that. Yeah.
Okay, what's the coverage looking like for that?
Damn, that's something I don't know. I'm not gonna cap to you, but I know I have it. I will have to look at my COI.
Yeah, you got to know this stuff. You supposed to know this stuff like the back of your hand. It's your
Yeah,
business. You
no,
should be able to. You asking me questions, but you can't tell me nothing about your business.
no, I can't tell you that, Mark. I'm not even gonna cap to you.
Yeah, see, you got to know this stuff, big dog. Like you supposed to know this, like you know your address.
Trust me, I'm writing down and I'm taking these notes right now.
So you
So I
called up here to
definitely,
ask me what you should be paying your guys. So you clearly you're not making no money. You losing money, right?
from what it looked like, yeah.
No, I'm telling you, we already done figured that out. But normally when people call up here and they ask me this question, you wouldn't be asking me this question if your account was growing. Your account, you spending money. So
Yeah.
that number that we got to that you thought was two something that I just broke down, that's one something, is not even one something because there's things that that I don't know. I just took care of the basic and just proved that that number wasn't what you thought it was. So whatever other fees you got, I mean, you this close to $100 based off of the shit that I just came up with. So it's always going to be other stuff. You're not making no money. You probably losing money. Then your
Heard.
mileage. You're not telling me what you paying for miles. You renting a truck. You renting trucks. You renting 4 trucks. You probably making some money on the truck you own if you own it outright. But with what you paying those guys, that's a fair wage. 200 for the driver and 175 for the helper. You could actually, to pay them more wouldn't be out of the norm. So if you thought
Oh,
that you was paying them too much, you paying them about average. You 225 ain't out the norm. 250 ain't out the norm for a driver doing final mile. So
oh,
you are
okay,
you
okay.
already you already losing money because you don't know what it's costing you to run your business. You just running.
So I need to go back to the lab and figure this stuff out.
Yeah, I mean, you at about 700, 600 some dollars just with the cost that we just came up between your payroll and the truck rental, the insurance and the fuel. You're about six something. You got
Right.
too many trucks, bro. Like, why you got all these trucks?
Well, truthfully, they wasn't meeting CSATs when I got there. The customer satisfaction, the little review that they send to customers. So when I got there, my company been holding CSATs down. And he been getting rid of the other companies, the other contractors, and asking me to put trucks on in their place. I definitely know that I didn't want to do it at first, but I didn't want to pass up the opportunity.
But if here's the thing, and I talked about this before, just because an opportunity presents itself don't mean it's the right time. Because if you can't if you can't take the opportunity on successfully, then I'm not finna accept an opportunity just to spend money to satisfy a multi, million or billion-dollar logistics company so that they can satisfy Home Depot.
Heard.
Back when I was taking those accounts when they was throwing them at me, my labor on the truck for the day was 175. This is back when you could pay a driver $100 and they'd be fine. So when I was building up back then, my labor was 175, and we was making the same thing you making today. Maybe about
Dang.
$100 less. We was making about $600 guaranteed, but it was only costing me 175 in labor. So it was easy for me to take on excess work that they was throwing it at me in a rental, and then 2-3 months transition out of that rental into a truck that I purchased because there was so much upside because the margin was so wide. Now the
So why
margin is like this, but the pay is still the same. So it doesn't make sense just because the opportunity is there. If it's not beneficial, then it defeats the
leave it where it's
purpose.
at? I got you. I got you. I think I'm
I
gonna go
think
ahead and
maybe
down.
here's the thing. I'm not saying maybe one truck, maybe one rental truck, right? Because if you're making $150 a day, I think that's cool with a rental truck. But if you're not making that, because it sounds like you're making less, then it just defeats the purpose. Because now
Right.
when you get a claim, it's just a wrap.
It's a wrap. Yeah.
Because you're not making enough money to leave to when those claims do come, you building up a nest egg to take care of those claims. You're not making no money. So now you got elevated risk. The more trucks you send out doing final mile, the higher your risk is. That's 5 trucks doing a minimum of 10 stops. That means that's 50 different opportunities minimum for something to happen. A floor to get scratched, a wall to get dinged, dented, and you're not making nothing. So you got all this risk. The more trucks you add, the more risk you got, and you're not making nothing. The risk ain't worth the reward.
Heard. So
So
so I should so not I should so I'm going to downsize then because that was the plan from the beginning. Like just run my one truck, get a rental truck, stack up some money, and then buy another truck. That way I can kill that rental truck fee, bro.
I mean, one rental truck may be okay, but you need to see what you profiting with one rental truck. You don't even know what you profiting with the truck you own. So
Nah, not from the
you might want to go all the way back down to one because you can't even tell me what the truck that you own is doing. So me personally, you do what you want to do. I'm not telling you what to do. I know some people gonna say YOLO, YOLO. You know what I'm saying? But you going YOLO until you. I wanted to say something else that rhymed. I was finna say because I'm thinking homeless, and then I was finna go homo, but that don't make sense. So
yeah, we ain't gonna do that
so, hold on. So I got to think of something. YOLO until you right YOLO until you know more. You dig what I'm saying? You
until
out
you
of it.
know more.
You dig till you know more. I knew I was gonna come up with something. You dig what I'm saying? I knew
Yeah,
I had
yeah,
to. So I was gonna come
yeah.
up with something. You dig what I'm
Yeah, you
saying? So
right.
me personally, I would break it all the way down. I would break it all the way down. You dig? Uh, uh, yeah, I would break it all the way down and get some understanding with the truck that you own, and then work from there.
And then work from there, man. Hey, Mark, man, I want to let you know, bro. I appreciate all the game you give out. You feel me? And I also want to apologize for all the idiots out there, man, who aren't listening and getting their feelings when it comes to somebody giving them business, man. You master Yoda at this shit, bro. And trust
I
me,
appreciate you.
I soak it all in. So I'm gonna go back to the drawing board and I'm gonna take your advice. Cause one thing about it, whoever out there listening, whatever advice this man giving your ass, he giving it to you blood raw. I done listened to all the niggas out there, and they always sugarcoat everything, man. Don't get in your feelings when this man telling you something, man. Stay out your feelings, man. Ain't no money in that. Y'all know that, man.
Hey man,
Mark, I appreciate you.
it's a lot of soft people out here nowadays, man. They get butt hurt.
It is. It
You know
is,
what I'm
bro. I
saying?
be listening to you, man. And I'm like, man, why is this man going back and forth with this man like he know the game, and you just started, and this man trying to tell you some real shit. But man, homie, I appreciate your time, dog, and just know your words ain't wasted on me, homie. Thank you, man.
Appreciate you, big dog.
Yes, sir.